It says one participant, that just us,
Yes.
okay. I'd like to call to order the July 15th, 2025 regular select board meeting, it is 6 o'clock. First item of business is pledge allegiance, please join us in the pledge allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda review, Christine? Kathy?
I'm good, thank you.
Nicole?
I just wanted to talk a little bit about the evaluation of rural technical assistance, or BERT, they call it, from Northwest Regional Planning.
Okay, so the new town business, and there, community economic, what did you say it was?
The Vermont evaluation of rural technical assistance and more Newtown business.
Okay. Earl?
Good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay, Steve's good, Brian? Good. Yeah. Minutes, regular select board meeting 1 July 2025, I'll entertain a motion to approve, been made and seconded, there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. Public comment for anything that is not on the agenda, Stephen and Bob. Alright, law enforcement, animal control, page 4. Couple items listed there.
You were going for patient month. Excuse me. And I don't know, Nicole, if you had anything.
I did, I had a lost dog brought to me that was found on Brown Avenue. I posted it on Facebook. I spent an afternoon at the rec department with the rec campers with me and they were found it. So.
Anything else, animal control line folks? Alright, moving right along to general orders. The orders are all dated June 18th, 2025 to July 15th, 2025, so we can forego the dates unless you really want to state the date. And I'll entertain a motion to accept the general orders.
Make a motion to accept the general orders for $80,760.
Your second,
Well, second,
motion been made and seconded. There's any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. Highway,
I'll make a motion to approve the highway orders for around $45,178.65.
your second.
I'll second that as well.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the highway order $45,478.65. Any discussion?
That signs here. These are our bicycle signs, so I don't know if that how they built for some of them.
I assume it could be, they ordered them shortly after our last meeting,
They're up, there's one.
Right.
In the middle, yeah.
He and I talked today, he got quite a few of them up, there's a couple more that he wants to order, but. Yeah, those signs are some up on Woods Hill that we bought for the intersection, so I'm not, where you see? What's that? Yeah, I don't see it.
Oh, I'm on it.
The fire's also.
Oh, you probably saw the culvert and signs.
Oh, culvert sign,
That
yeah.
was
Yeah,
culvert
okay.
expenses.
Right. Alright, bottom line is they have been
Thank you.
purchased and some have been put up, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Move. So move. Library order. Motion,
I'll make a motion to approve the library orders for $8,812.54.
is there a second? Motion made and seconded to approve the library order for $8,812.54. Any discussion? So my only question, Brian, I know it says replace the sprinkler head, weren't they doing an inspection as well? That's $3,800, $3,500.85.
That was there was also
3587.50, that's rain sprinklers.
right,
That was the cost to replace the,
the heads,
Right.
not the exception.
There wasn't, so it's just to replace the heads, they have to drain it and everything, and it's. Okay,
Okay, did we, with that money coming out of the money that we budgeted for?
that was already
Yeah.
budgeted in the library expense last year.
Yeah.
And for that work to be done this year.
Sorry, what you thought out there.
No, that was budgeted last year.
Okay,
okay, any further discussion? There are none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Vote payroll orders for highway in general.
Did you skip over the special order?
yeah,
There should be some stuff.
No, I'm doing it in the order it's on our.
Okay.
I may be confused, I saw the agenda,
Okay,
and I slipped
that's
it,
fine.
yeah, I slipped special back underneath to the.
Take that to the secrets.
Alright, don't mean to confuse anybody,
Nope,
but
that's fine, we're good.
payroll orders, highway in general, entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the payroll, highway and general payroll orders in the amount of $36,357.92.
In a second. Second. Been made and seconded to approve the highway and general payroll orders for $36,357.92. Any discussion? There are none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Vote. No vote. Library payroll orders.
I'll make a motion to approve the library payroll orders for $10,529.
Second.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Any discussion? Here are none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Vote. Move, special order.
I'll make a motion to approve the special orders in the amount of $77,348.81.
For a second,
Second,
motion made and seconded to approve special order $77,348.81. Any discussion?
Right,
Right.
on rights excavation, is that a partial payment or?
Correct,
Basically,
that's partial payment on a contract that is 460 something thousand, so that was for the sand and the gravel that they put in so far.
No,
Whoops.
it's fascinating. My only thing is, when we're doing the others, we had it before, we probably ought to have an update of what's unique to count every time it changes.
Okay. I had you one out last
You
week.
could put it right with the order.
So the special fund you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Okay.
You know, because we got so much to allocate different things, hard to remember. Oh.
Track with us.
Is there any further discussion on special orders? Here are none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
This is.
Oh, yeah, oh.
Just let you know.
Okay,
she said yes.
now we're gonna exit the regular select board meeting and enter a public hearing on the VCDP grant. The town of Swanton. At the Abnaki Food Pantry and Tribal Headquarters located at 100 Grand Avenue.
Hi, everybody.
Go ahead, Brian.
You're right on time, perfect.
Hi.
So, so I guess. Mr. Chair, we'll just let Liz.
We'll let Liz lead us off here and then we'll see if we have any public input to take.
Okay, thank you very much for making time on your agenda tonight. The purpose of this public hearing is for closing out the planning grant that the town sponsored. And the planning grant was for the purpose of paying for all of the kind of, not all, but many of the pre-development costs for architectural engineering studies and other activities needed to be ready for the construction grant that the village applied for and received. So we spent the past 2 years doing a lot of work to get to this point, and would be happy to answer any questions. We went out to bid and we have a construction manager that was awarded to Millbrook Construction, and we'll be signing that contract as soon as some compliance things for the village's grant are complete. And we expect construction to begin this fall, so that's very exciting. And it is a historic building, so we hope that it makes a positive impact on the historic section of the village and town. And construction probably should take about 8 months, I think.
Could you just outline a few of the highlights of what is the construction part of the project?
Yeah, so it will really benefit the food pantry greatly because right now they've been operating with a whole bunch of freezers and refrigerators that the electrical system doesn't have the capacity to support. So those will be replaced with walk-in refrigerator and freezer equipment that will be very energy efficient. And also it's a Build America, Buy America project. So everything will be most everything will be made in America. So like that refrigeration equipment, Efficiency Vermont found a American manufacturer. And then along with that, the building will be weatherized. The building envelope will be energy efficient, and the masonry will be restored. So there's a lot of decline in the masonry, and repointing will be done throughout, and the kind of worn out sills and some crumbling cement at the bottom of the pillars that go up the sides will be repointed and repaired. They will have a new roof, and the roof will receive some structural improvements because it's a big span and it's sagging. And it was found by the structural engineer that it needs to be reinforced. So that will, really help take some weight off, like the outside envelope. Then it will be fully ADA compliant. There will be a new ADA parking space on the driveway side and an accessible path from that space to the front door. And the front will get a facelift. It'll have a really nicely rebuilt facade with new porch cover, and then the architect has designed a really nice entrance, so that will just be a nice contribution to the streetscape. So that's a lot of it. Then some interior finishes to upgrade whatever we can, which are probably kind of second tier in case the project costs come in too high and we have to value engineer. Then we'd have to take some of those finishes out. But the other thing is the ADA, the bathroom interior would be fully ADA compliant as well.
Nice. Steve, any?
I just had a question, I should know this, is the cupola still there?
It is still there, and historic preservation was kind of amused by it. They said it's not historic, but just to leave it. So
Is it gonna stay?
there.
It's gonna stay?
What's that?
Will the cupola stay?
Yeah, it'll stay. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
good, that's good.
it's a nice feature.
Thank you.
What's the cost of the project?
Yeah, so altogether it's about like $1 million, just over $1 million, but on a construction side of things, the estimate we got in 2024, if you include all the general contractor markup and the bonding and general conditions, all that was about 920. But I think that was a 2024 estimate, and I wouldn't be surprised if it comes in closer to $1 million.
Is the grant the only funding source, or what are the other funding sources?
For the construction phase?
Yeah, for the construction.
For construction, we got the Village Community Development Grant, we got Northern Borders Regional Commission. We got, it's a lot. We got Arts Council, M&T Bank, Vermont Housing and Conservation Board for historic, Preservation Trust of Vermont for historic, Efficiency Vermont and Vermont Gas Incentives. I think that's it.
Did they sell tax credits on that?
No historic tax credits. It's a funny thing with historic tax credits. The project has to cost a lot more to make it worth it, because you have to pay a CPA and a lawyer so much money to do all the work that it has to be really like worth it to absorb it. And it's actually hard to find CPAs and attorneys who will do historic tax credits in Vermont now.
Okay, thank you.
Are those grants already all approved, or are you still waiting for some approvals?
Yeah, they are approved now, and that's why we went out to bid. So yeah, we're all set to go. They're all in place.
Well, it'll be a very, very good thing for Swan.
Yeah, we're all very excited. This time next
Well,
year should be a
We're all
beautiful
done with it,
building.
one second, right. We're all done with this after this?
Yes.
I didn't
So
hear.
after the public hearing, basically
Right,
closing
yeah.
down the investigative design side of it and.
Yeah.
From the town's perspective, do we have paperwork to sign or something?
I don't think so. I can work with Brian on the closeout. We just send in these minutes. And then I actually haven't done a closeout in many years. So I think they just send the town documentation that the grant is finished. And then we could do one more drawdown just to cover the time it took me to kind of arrange everything. And then if the town had any small invoices you wanted to submit for anything that was grant related. But I don't think there's much for the select board to do after this, if anything.
Okay. Bob, any questions? Don't see any other members of the public in attendance and we don't have anybody else on Zoom, so. I think we're all set. Everybody's good.
All right, well, thank you again for sponsoring the grant. It's great to work with you and Brian.
All right, have a great day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
All right, gonna go ahead and close the public hearing.
Yeah.
Be part of the next, needs, whatever.
Oh, yeah. So, we're gonna move on to highway department monthly report. I did put together some notes.
And separate.
I've got some highlighting on it. Improved over the last 4 weeks, several things they've been involved with, some of it's beavers on McCon Shore Road this time. The beavers up on Swan Hill have actually been taken care of now, there shouldn't be a problem for a while. Doing roadside mowing, they've actually removed the asphalt. On Swan Hill last week, so they're prepping for the blasting. Cut some trees on Beans Road and prep for paving. They did an assist on Lake Street from the village for a water connection. They're doing other prep for paving, cutting back shoulders and so on, and then some vehicle maintenance. Paving. We actually got the formal grant paperwork, Brian has signed it. And sent it back to AOT for signature.
How much was that for?
It was a max from the state's 175.
175.
Yeah. And I think the total we asked was like 193. Swan Road, I mentioned they removed the asphalt, they were gonna get up and do some work in a ditch. As early as today, and something else they were doing first, and then the blasting could be happening as early as next week. Double with Tyler Billingsley from East Engineering, he'll go up later in the week. They marked the road out on how deep different areas need to be blasted, but it's gonna be some areas gonna. When it's finished, it'll be 7 feet, but the actual blast will be 9 feet deep. That's how much material that was out of there. All the way. Berry Road culvert design, the formal grant agreement was sent down, Brian signed it, sent it to the state, he sent it signed, sent it back. So East Engineering, Tyler Billingsley has been given the go ahead to begin the design work for culvert up there, and hopefully we can get that done in time to put out a construction contract there. And then on the agenda and with the years, bid opening for pickup truck, get out the back bottom.
We have 3 bids with it.
Oh, see, you got 2 more today, huh?
Got it from Dave Barrett. You are. Indeed. See.
2 that way and 1 that way. Someone wants to open it up and state. Who it's from and what it states, and then probably take. Okay, house. This isn't like paving where it's just a line item coming back, right? They're giving us their proposal when price figure in your own way that they do business. Nick, go first, who's it from?
This is from Erie Buick. And it says here I believe I should be reading this line, the total taxable price. Is actually the total selling price. Is $70,144.
It's 78.
70,000.
Seven.
Yeah, $70,144.
They have any special notes or anything that you can see?
Creation examples. One example I got. They're a 2500 HP Pro. But no special notes that I have to do.
We look these over afterwards to make sure that they're apples and apples.
Yeah, well, I was. Gonna have had it.
Yeah.
Joel.
Yeah, there actually is, it's basic specifications, but then there are some newer notes of what's included and so on, so yes, to compare them, that what needs to be done. Yep. I don't know who you got.
EJ Barrett, from Swanton Incorporated. F-250 style side pickup. Color white, on the seat, air conditioner, AM, FM stereo. 6.8 liter V8 engine, 10-speed auto transmission, 3.73 ratio non-limited slip axle. Black sidewall all terrain, 250 amp voltmeter, no box. Their price is 46,000 even.
That, say forward with that.
You see,
Yeah.
yeah, 4x, yeah,
Yeah.
4x4, yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious.
F-250, yeah.
Right. Is it different? You put any mark, it's a fair discount.
2,700 concession, manufacturer retail. 50,450, and you give us that price.
Cool, what do you got?
So I have new car commercial sales for a 2025 Ford F-250. 4x4 regular cab. 6.8 liter, 10-speed auto transmission for a total price of $47,033. That's including dealer documentation fees, registration and title.
And I'm assuming it's final bid. Alright, please too.
Okay, well, we have it, 3 bids, that's good, that gives us something to review and to bring back to the board. Anybody have any questions or comments at this time?
Now, we'll make a decision tonight.
I think you would have to, but I think you should probably. Take a good look at what they actually all list,
I could read out the dealer notes for this.
sure,
They're the 10-speed automatic. 4 WD black cloth, 2 charge data, USB ports, 2 speed electronic strips transfer case. 220 amp alternator, auto dimming inside. Wheel view mirror, chrome grille, black grill insert belts. Convenience package, deep tinted glass, electric rear window defogger, easy lift power lock and release tailgate, fully automatic headlights, LED cargo area lighting, LED smoke amber, marker lamps, OnStar, services capable. I've always done
I think it's too.
that. Power adjustable black mirrors, preferred equipment group. Push start button, remote keyless entry, snow plow, wrap, camper package, solar visual tinted glass, suspension package and wireless phone projection.
well, the other interesting thing is I heard something about a tailgate.
Yeah.
Well,
Easy lift, power lock and release tailgate, yeah, so I think we should take a good look at make a photo.
well, when you requested bid, wasn't it just for a basic?
Yes, and without going into a lot, some of them called and they tried selling us.
Yeah.
Everything. The utility body, I said, no, we just want the cab, just sit, mount our own thing on it. And so,
Yeah, and I will, looking at this in detail, there it is. $18,295 the back box. But when you take that off, now we're another 52 range. The basic truck is very close, but we said,
Still got a lot of extras on it, it probably would be a lot of difference in price if it was apples to apples.
but they had a 220 alternator.
yeah, 250. So we need that back and
Yeah.
yellow,
Give us food forward, I know that,
yes,
Yeah, red.
but then what's that thing?
yep. So if everyone's good with it, we will. Do a comparison and make things for the board. Make a decision next week, does that work? Yep.
Are you gonna do all three or just gonna do the two that are very similar?
But I think if everyone in agreement, we didn't want the body part of the price and they put it in there, so it, to me. It's already so far out from what we asked for.
Okay, so it'd just be the two,
Yeah.
which I agree, I don't feel it's gonna need to go back for on the other.
No, that's not all we asked for, so, yep. Okay. Moving on, proposed road takeover policy. Some changes, potential changes. In the packet. There are a couple of things. You flip to the very last page of the packet. I had a conversation with Terry Purcell. The Vermont DEC on Monday, yesterday. And described to him the situation of us taking over a road possibly. Where there's already a stormwater permit in place, and he was very good to talk to, and he said it could be done. And he said the landowners, according to the state rules, all landowners have to be part of the permit. So that means we would have to be a co-permit. But the part that was very interested in discussing with him, because I talked to him about coming up to an agreement, but I use the word developer. Homeowners association, depending on who's holding that permit. He said you can make an agreement with them and you need to do that first. On who's gonna take care of the conditions of the permit. And who's gonna pay for the permit. And he said you can come in an agreement where the town does not. Absorb any of the cost, and that's written into that agreement. And he said that would be made part of the. Request with the Vermont DEC. To be a co-permittee, so that's all on file there, that there's an agreement. And so on, so it can be done. Whether we want to do that or get involved with that, that's our decision, but I just took that information. And I put it into the changes to the road takeover policy. Which states that. You take a look at the proposed. Changes. The highlight doesn't show up, but just shaded. State that an agreement be completed between the town and developer homeowner association outlining those responsible. For maintaining the conditions of the permit agreement, but also outlining who is responsible for any costs related to the permit, maintenance fees, etc. Town's position is all costs include agreement preparation, responsibility of the developer, homeowners association. Then the town becomes a co-permittee of the stormwater permit, it's part of the application. Agreement noted above is included in the permit application. So that would be a situation, Jerry Mill Lane. They've been after us to take over the road. And that's all been developed, they have a homeowners association. The way the project was set up is the road is a separate piece of property. The property lines don't go to the middle of the road. So we could. Take over that property. And they still. Pay for the storm permit, but we would have to be a. Co-permittee. But we'd have that agreement, and if that's something we wanted to
And
do.
we'd be indemnified of any. Liability going forward, we would call it.
I'm sure the state would say, no, he was very good at saying. If that's the agreement, then we're going after them first, and I said, look, this area that we're talking about is some pretty nice homes, and I'm quite confident they're not gonna let it. But that's for us to decide later, this is just the policy if we wanna adopt it, I don't wanna. And to me, Jerry Mill Lane, one of my recommendations, if we even wanna consider it, is we tell them, go get the cores done like we did to the other places, road didn't even meet the requirements, and then it's a done deal. So I just said I would propose some changes here, and the other change was on the getting a letter from the homeowners or from the homeowners association or the developer that we would get an irrevocable offer of dedication, which basically says we would like you to take over the road, but it gives us time to work it and stuff, and we can at any time say we're not interested.
I think this is well written.
Well, thank you, try to take in all the concerns and considerations and explain it. Just the way the guy from the state thought or discussed it.
This is a good example of what we talked about the other night with. Of this, all of the policies we have, there's probably a lot more than we realize. This might be one of them that we would review.
Oh, yeah.
So it keeps it current, monitors our liability.
Yeah, and if this thing is acceptable for the state, this is a, makes it more realistic that a road could be taken. Because otherwise, basically, we'd never take roads over, since we have a policy. So I think it's, the language is good, and let's see if it can get it to work. The other thing is, if we're permitted, then we'll make sure that the permits get filed on time. And that'll save a lot of money in a permit process.
Well, I want to be careful, I don't know if we want to take that liability of ensuring that
Well,
permits get filed.
I know we're not entitled to any cost for the penalties, but if they get filed on time, it seems like it's a lot easier process to go through.
As long as we don't assume any liability if they don't file.
Well, that could be in there, but
Yeah, I think it'd be adding extra pressure, I think it'd be good thing.
Or what?
To be adding extra pressure to the homeowners to get the permitting process through faster. So the town could put pressure on the homeowners, so.
yeah, you can find out where they are, that's the trouble with them.
Well,
Well, the state.
I have an idea as a good force.
Yeah,
And basically, they don't, if there was ever a problem in the future, maybe. We could, the town, would assess stormwater utility fee just on that development. And then what's a lien on the property. So either we're gonna leave on the state's. That was further discussion.
is that what other towns are considered?
That, well, other towns had the stormwater utility fee, St. Albans, $50 on every parcel.
Every year?
And more. But there are some other towns that do have it, just for specific developments. So that's something that you can think about, if it was to be a problem.
Well, it's the cost, somebody should the town bear it, the rest of the town bear it too, I guess that's the issue. If not, then it's nice to know that we have the potential to set up that district, and if something happens, they would be liable for it, people that live there.
I think about all of this and the extended liability we might have. I think you could buy the bridge down there for $1. They don't, the current trustees don't remember how I came about. My biggest, and this is what I just want to make sure that 6 years down the road, we don't stick another truck with right.
Well, I gotta tell you, Steve, it's gonna be an issue that towns are gonna have to deal with.
Oh, yeah, I realize that.
It always comes down to the low man on the totem pole.
So anyway, those are the proposed changes, if
Make a motion to accept them.
I'll second that.
Motion was made and seconded to accept the changes to the road takeover policy. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Okay, do we have anything else on Halloween they want to discuss, meet the case down later? All right, moving on to item 6, Old Town business update on land swap. Do we have any luck with Brian Brown on?
Well, I've talked to Brian, I mean, our Brian. And if it's in the attorney's hands, they should be contacted. There should be conversations between the attorneys and, you know, so that they're getting the information they need. Because, you know, I can go talk to him, but I don't see. You know, he's not really doing it himself. I mean, it should be at the point where the attorneys are finishing up the work.
Well, my understanding, speaking with people, or speaking with the email exchange with the lady and who's handling this in Brian Manningham's office. Is that Kristen attorney, we provided everything that was needed, that was the school. And they're being represented by Cleveland Pearl. And they received everything, they're satisfied with everything we've sent them. So the school has done their part, we've done our part, so they haven't heard, it's been 2 weeks since they heard from Brown's attorney. They're trying to get a hold of them. And that was that was last Friday. I asked them today if they had heard back, haven't replied back, but so that's where it is. Something with the attorney.
Oh, they don't get anything by this week, I guess I go see Brian, yeah, at that point.
At one point, and maybe that isn't, it isn't an issue anymore, there was the thing about. Like a mortgage or something on the property and they that removed.
They need a partial release or not, that's been done, I don't know. I could check the land records and see when.
I haven't seen
Where's the mortgage from?
And I just,
You're talking to the property that we're gonna be swapping?
yes,
Yeah,
that was that issue I heard about needing a release.
they need a partial. release.
Right. What's that?
3,000. Years ago?
Mhm.
I want to say Yankee Farm Credit, but I don't think that's right.
Then it's now on quite a lease.
Well, you know, Brian's attorney must know what's going on and give, at least give our attorney an update, so we know what we're saying. I mean, if I'm gonna take this to get it done, okay, you know, that's fine. But at least we know where we are.
Okay,
So you're
Oh,
gonna,
wait a minute, before we move on, Joe. Is it possible for the town and the school, agreement, the land that we're swapping, can we do that anyways? I know a portion of it's RAL, but isn't all the rest of it town property now?
Well, we swap what needs to be done for the.
For the school, yeah,
We could have.
I don't know if it's,
Yeah, all right.
I don't know if it's all our land too, I know some of it isn't, but I think it's some of it, yeah.
All, what we're doing with the school is all our.
Yeah,
I think we wanna avoid doing it piecemeal. I think we're better off in all one package. Now, the complicating thing, if there's a partial release needed, they may require the place. To make sure that the release of certain properties isn't gonna affect the valuation.
yeah,
of the
that
user.
might be very well with the plane, yeah.
That could take 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, well, if not longer, I've got visiting. Okay, well, all right, that's where we are right now, but we'll just stay on top of it, that's all.
Newtown business, rural tech assistance and all.
So I'm gonna hand down some flyers. I have been invited to. Should probably one for yourself. Through my work with Northwest Regional Planning, I've been invited to join a focus group. About the evaluation of rural technical assistance. This describes the project a little bit. As we know, when Catherine Dimitrick came to speak to us, the legislator made some changes under Act 181. And part of that is to have the Agency of Commerce and Community Development recommendations for enhancing technical resources to rural communities such as ours. And I just wanted to share with you folks my work on that project. I will be involved in some listening sessions, but I wanted to be able to take some feedback or input from everybody here at this table. And or if you have any additional questions that you'd like me to have or find answers for, I would like to be able to do that and give them the best representation of Swanton moving forward to make sure that, you know, we can continue to receive any rural technical assistance that we may need in the future.
Is that just for municipalities or for people who community?
As far as for this is the invitation's been put out to community leaders, elected representatives, and the providers for the listening sessions, and then I'm not sure if they're gonna continue that on to allow more public input into it. But if anybody has anything that they'd like to share, please email me so I can share. The listening session is happening on the 29th.
Are we considered a rural community? This one's from the state of Vermont, pretty far.
Yes and no, we are. The village is part of the rural community. For some things, we do classify as a rural community, for other things, we don't.
I find it hard looking at just two pieces of paper to really get a handle. Who are the technical assistant providers? I didn't see an example.
So
We're
we would
doing
be
an
regional,
evaluation and then come up with a strategic plan, but. Who are the technical assistant providers?
regional planning would be a technical assistant provider, because they do offer capacity building for communities. And then it's the list of project steering committee members.
A lot of them are considered technical providers like the BCRD. Okay. This is kind of a big picture look, I guess, and then decide how to improve. Providing what,
Yes.
okay. Anybody have any other questions, comments, concerns? Here none, we'll move on to community economic development, the nominate on Swanton promotion. Swanton, okay.
We got a couple of issues that we need to get addressed tonight.
So we did share this with the village, Susie did share this with the trustees. Nobody's come back and said this is not what they'd like to represent our community. So the designer of this has asked us if we've approved the project or not, so I'm coming today to ask for approval of the logo so that we can close out that project.
I'll make a motion to approve the logo.
There's a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded, Swanton Vermont logo, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Right.
Opposed, so moved.
So now that it's approved, the graphic will be sent to us in many different forms. For us to be able to use it on our website or wayfinding signs or brochures or however we choose to use it. And they'll also send us a branding guide that will help us utilize this logo to market our community in the future. As part of the scope of work.
Or do you want to go with that?
We can go to this. So one of the things that Promote Swanton has been working on or has identified as something that we'd like to do is to create a brochure. This is just a very generic brochure created by the youth intern that has been working with us for us. Again, I wanted to bring it to table of leaders to see what other additional things, this I said is a concept because we're waiting on some updated maps from regional planning to make sure, as you see, the one in there is kind of blurry. To make sure that we're giving a quick, crisp, clean look at. Sorry, did I miss one? Sorry. To make sure that we have a clean, crisp map in there. We do have a QR code that will go to that local business directory when that is finished. Currently, right now, we have 23 businesses in that business directory that the youth intern has been putting in. All of those will have pictures, descriptions, contact information. And I know, as Earl said before, we seem to be getting some really good traction.
Yeah, good for that, you know.
But nothing
Yeah,
like this
roughly,
exists
yeah,
now.
I mean, it's kind of small, but what?
Nothing like this exists now.
No,
Not,
not on our website.
the chamber has a business directory, but it's for members that are businesses that are in the chamber. This is a directory of businesses that are in our whole entire community, and when it goes onto our website, they'll be categorized. Under eat, shop, stay, explore, or commercial business listings.
You
for
said
folks.
rights to government time.
Correct,
Yeah.
yeah.
So will we be printing these brochures, or this is the way it's gonna appear in the book?
No, this is just a concept. If we decide that we'd like to continue to move forward with a brochure. We can start with something, simple and basic like this. Or we can further look at other ways or other people to design it. This was again designed by our youth intern who is at Swanton Rec right now, working on several different community-based projects.
Yeah, and the other reason is, we wanted to get something out there fairly soon, because I assume this trailhead is gonna be done relatively soon.
Yeah.
And we wanted something to get out there. This might not be the final project, but it would work for now. Because I hate to have nothing, people come all the way to the end and there's nothing but Swanton,
Yeah, I mean, I look at this, I think it's a great start,
Yeah.
I would get most of this map stuff maybe out of here. You can promote the trailhead even if it's not done right. Under construction, and then talk about a little bit about the trailhead, but. Other information, and then like transportation museum, if I was gonna leave that in there. Like cool when it was open, just so. Someone doesn't come buzzing in here and wanna go see it, and then it's just
Is the village okay with us promoting the beach that they own?
The last time I spoke to them about the beach, they're looking for more users to use that piece of real estate.
The work to do, the work to do.
I know, I mean, the whole area, but at least it's still anyway.
But I can certainly have the intern follow up
Yeah.
to make sure.
It's a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in this room.
No,
Beach is top shit.
But also this kind of rolls into this brochure. With Swanton Rec being on the Fit and Healthy, which is an extension to the Lamoille Valley Rail Trail. It's also a destination where the shuttle picks up and drops off for the Lamoille Valley Rail Trail. And so when people stop by, I mean, right now they see all of the children having a wonderful time. But they stop and inquire about, services in town, so this would be a way for us to hand them something quickly. So that they would be able to further explore our community, and so on that same note, the Lamoille Valley Rail Trail is looking for user surveys. They're putting a user survey out, and so I'm just gonna leave this here in the town office. For folks that use the trail, and they're also looking for trail ambassadors. Folks that use the trail regularly that are members of the community that want to be involved in helping to report back to the Agency of Transportation. Things about our community that trail users might want to use or know about, but also the condition of the trail.
well, we should put that out on our Facebook page and community, get it right out. Yeah,
And
It's
But
on
it-
the
you know-
other, and this is what, both of those in the meeting.
Mrs. Wayman.
Yeah, they're on the website.
but I'm sure, I'm hoping somebody will be interested still in that position, into that type of thing,
I put those out today.
Yeah.
They're on Facebook.
yeah.
just for local businesses information, so they know, how can they get on that directory? who they contact.
Form that they're delivering.
So, Mr. Fournier has been putting in lots of legwork. We've started out prior to summer camp, and now he's been out there doing it on his own with Susie. We've been going into the businesses and asking them for their information. Those businesses that we haven't been able to get into, or that we have preliminary information for, maybe an incomplete portion for their listing, the intern is cold calling them and asking for that information. They've been working hard in developing a script, and working on their communication skills to get the local businesses not only on the directory, but to find out what kind of resources they would support for teen or youth users, as the intern is also working on a youth guide to Swanton. We've talked about it for years, but they're really pushing it this time, so.
They got printed version of the directory like this would be good.
No, yeah,
Well,
well, we don't have it yet.
the QR code is gonna go right to the directory, so somebody will just be able to see this, take a picture of it on their phone, and then it will pop up. And they'll see most everybody has a smartphone these days, and we thought that is a great way, and that way too, that QR code can be posted on other information areas, kiosks throughout the trail, so people can pre-plan their trip to our community. And or when we're sending out town report or other information to the community, it's just a very small piece of real estate on a pamphlet that anybody will be able to really see that, so we can start not only promoting our community and the businesses here.
Which, we need to probably, even if we don't get the whole website updated all in one shot, we need to start getting this business listing in there. So we do have that QR code.
Yep, so
We'll have to start working.
I'm gonna send out what I have to EcoPix, so it's okay.
It's going to.
Yeah, and have, put a business thing on the top, I know you got community, you can check on that, but. I don't know how we gonna list that,
It's gonna look like this.
I've been telling people it's gonna be a separate page,
It is,
okay, and so it's gonna have a heading up there,
correct,
so I'll have to come up with some kind of name.
But he's going to do it, right?
correct.
Yes, he will do it, yeah,
Do you want to
Okay.
start?
No, you can,
Update.
guys can work safe.
yep. But we would like to get approval tonight, we've already done that, how many do you think we should get printed?
I'm not sure. I think we probably need to work on some revisits.
Yeah, I know, but
Before
I
we-
mean, we haven't got time to, if we wanna get it going, are you saying like maybe 250 to start with? But then we might upgrade it,
Maybe just 100 to start.
alright, I guess we'd like to get approval for that, and I don't know, that shouldn't be a real big expense. You better print them right there, place anyway, so if there's no cost to it.
No, I mean, as long as it's okay with everybody, I can, for a ream of paper, I can find some.
Yeah, it's probably cheaper to go. Somebody else and just get them done.
It higher
Than
quality,
pay- than
right.
here,
it would also be on a higher quality paper, which would give it a professional look.
Yeah, I don't have any idea, but.
I don't think it'd be $1 per sheet to go get a professional to print something like this.
Well, it's the cost of anything you read.
Right, yeah.
But I think it's a great idea, I mean, obviously, where would, an example like this, where would the money come?
Well, the money that we've been using so far for all this has come out of the special funds. And I think it was 7,000 or 7,500. That got approved by the board.
For this, for your group,
Yes, for our.
It was approved to do this.
Yeah. But we did talk about a brochure too, I think,
So I think there's much in there
I
right
mean,
now.
I'm sure there is, I think some point. You might want to look forward and say. We're looking at a budget of X $100 of that 70, maybe if you can.
I think, we're gonna have to seriously consider that, Steve, if we wanna promote our community.
We should go to the next year.
Yeah.
2026.
Yeah. Yeah, and come up with some kind of plan of what we plan on doing, because there's only so much you can do all, but, we need to continue to do it, because if we don't, it ain't gonna get done.
No, I mean, great job, I just think we have. That might be more defined.
Yes,
when it comes to this, you wanna get a quote from the EPS store first, just so we know for sure.
I'm very comfortable, I mean, I personally think it's gonna take you a week, almost 2 weeks.
So might have to go
Maybe you can see it in there.
Okay, yeah,
That's fine.
yeah,
But what we didn't do was officially approve this, right?
I thought we did, yeah, we did, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
So I guess we'll wait till the next meeting to get it, and we'll have a better idea, maybe we'll have a different number to those, you know. Then how far along the aid is.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to prep a few more if we have a good few hours.
Is this the kind of thing we might send, like to the, stations along the interstate, rest areas?
Wow,
There's a cost to putting your brochures in the rest area stations, but you know, just digging alongside the trail, there's kiosks, there's community bulletin boards and something like this, especially because I think it's very eye-catching. People would wanna look at it.
Well, you just add what you're saying, Steve, this is when you talk about Rolling Swanton, if we have a budget, maybe we'll budget for that cost, cause it might not be that much, you know. But we would budget for it, and it, cause I think it's a good idea too.
Oh, yeah, you know, you think about it, didn't we have a discussion with where the rest area might be between Swanton and Highgate?
Yep.
I mean, it's a perfect place for it.
Yep.
You're gonna stop, and then you might grab that and, who knows, maybe something.
Absolutely.
Is the one in Albert Church? Or is it the one on the interstate?
With that,
The one in Albert,
It's a state road.
it's a state,
That would be a good piece of information. that-
yeah, that'd be another place to
Yeah.
have some there too, you know, I don't think the cost is that way, we should look into it.
Yeah.
On the other hand, there's so many brochures at these rest areas. I don't even know, I'm gonna probably just pick it up,
No,
you know, maybe up here where we had a pipe, that's a little story.
Or up at the Tyler Place where
Yeah.
folks are coming in from all over the
Yeah,
world,
yeah,
they
that's
can pick that up and come into town.
certainly.
Then you gotta tap the audience.
Okay, the other thing is, I did have a discussion with Susie, I don't know if Susie talked to the trustees, but it has to do with the sign itself. And where it's gonna be located and additional signage, especially for the village, and, you know, trying to coordinate a plan. Well, that discussion is ongoing. And hopefully we'll come up with something, but I don't know. I guess the idea was we were gonna have the town seal and the village seal here and the. I'm not be flagging,
Thunderbird. We had changed the word on the Thunderbird.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the plan, yeah.
yeah,
I've asked, and they haven't got back to me because of the holiday.
Yeah.
But I asked the people who proposed the original sign. To take this graphic. Thing, come back to us and show us what it would look like.
you know, even if we haven't made a final determination whether we're gonna go, we should at least get the thing made up.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's time to do it.
Yeah, it's time to do it.
Good job.
Alright, thank you, that's project in progress, but we are making progress, good on you guys. Any other necessary business? Correspondence? Public comment, Mr. Nielsen, anything? Alright. And we're the only ones on Zoom, upcoming events.
Thursday, July 24th, 2025, the DRB will be meeting at 6 P M here at the town offices and by Zoom. Friday, July 25th, 2025 will be the Swanton Community Block Party at 5:30 P M to 7:30 P M down on the Merchants Row corner of the park. Saturday, July 26th will be the Swanton Chamber of Commerce Car Show on the Village Green with a rain date of the 27th. Tuesday, August 5th, 2025 will be National Night Out on the Village Green, 5 to 8 P M. Wednesday, August 6th will be the special select board meeting at 6 P M here in the town offices and by Zoom. And on that week, on August 9th, will be Corn Fest held at Swanton Recreation,
What's August 9th?
August 9th. From 3 to 7. There'll also be a 5K that day, and a cornhole tournament. To participate in this.
Adam Paxton has said it's not gonna rain on the 26th.
When Adam shows up, it never does.
Alright, executive session. And we're not gonna do it, motion to adjourn,
I make a motion to adjourn at 6:59 P.M.
I hear a second.
Second.
Motion made, second and adjourned, 6:59, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so moved.
It's time to order before you leave, everyone.
No, I did, because it said draft,
You did.
oh, I got the highlight. Okay, good.